Hey everyone, this is Rich with FastReviews, and I am super excited because I'm going to show you how to install a front camera in your Tesla. Now, you may not have this screen, but some of the same concept can be used when you're doing an installation of, say, regular rear cam, and you want to have a monitor on the front here. So stay tuned for this video. We're also going to show you how to use some of the in-depth features of the screen, and we're also going to show you how to actually implement the installation. So we're starting in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so we've taken out, basically in the Model Y, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you've got this, which is connected to here, and then the whole thing will come right up. Okay, so back up to me. This whole thing will come right up. By the way guys, if you want to install a cigarette lighter adapter, this is actually probably one of the best spots to do that. This will allow you to charge your electric skateboard or whatever you have. Alright guys, so the best thing to do is to actually take off this panel. It's held on with 2 clips. So one clip is right here, another clip is right here. Now the reason that you want to do this is because it is way easier to access the OBD port, which is what you have to tap into. Okay, so for example, it's way up here, the OBD port, so you have a little bit more space. Not a lot, a little bit more space. So we actually decided to go around the rubber area right there. We went underneath. And the reason that we decided to do that was because we don't want to use the fishing pole. We don't want to have the metal touch and interfere with this wire. Now that we see that there's a thick 12-volt wire coming through there. Alright, so basically what we've done is we fished the wire through here, rotating the bundle, and then finding the weak spot and just pushing it through. Okay, because there is a lot of gap inside here, but these zip ties are super tight, super small actually. So now here's the hard part. We're going to find a way to route this through here and plug it into the camera. It's going to be a little challenging, but we should be able to do this. Okay, you can see right here that we've installed it. We had to pre-drill the hole, and then we kind of just manually screwed it in here. Just so you know, you don't have to fish this through. You just push it right through the bumper cover, and then what happens is pull it up inside here, and then once you pull it up, you'll be able to just zip tie it. This one you're going to want to rubber tape it, just because in case you spill something or in case water leaks, and then you're going to zip tie it here. Okay. Now, as I said before, I did run an extra wire that goes to the compartment, and that's right here. That will allow me to control something with the front. And I am running a secondary wire here, which will control with the electrical. Alright guys, so I put the GPS on here because basically I want to make sure that it has the best signal possible. So those are the things you think about. All the wires are run through here properly now, and we're ready for putting the dash panel on. We don't want to have this wire sticking out like this, so what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this. So there's something you can buy called Tesla tape, and it provides an exterior thing so that it's not going to be shaking inside the dash panel. Alright, so now the front trunk is back in place. We're going to make sure we screw everything back in. Alright guys, so you can see here that the front trunk is now restored. We've got this little fire department Tesla thing here. I can't guarantee it's going to stick out like that. Alright guys, so we're now going to put the final touches on this project. Now I did wrap this in Tesla tape, which basically allows it to have a little bit of fabric, so if it does move, it's not going to make a clunking sound. I've added these clips here that hold the wires in place, because I don't want the wires to somehow fall into the metal. Now I did channel this around this area here. Alright, so I got the dash piece right here. You can actually just do this. Just push the red wire through here, and then everything will align properly. Okay, and then now we've got the next wire is the black wire, so we're going to push that through as well too. And then we've got this yellow wire that's coming next. Alright, so now we've got our final screw going in here, and I'm not going to use all the screw holes because I don't have the right size screws, but I know that using these thicker screws are going to just hold it in place. But but keep in mind it is plastic, so you want to definitely use the screws that come with the kit. Okay guys, so here's the last step here. We're basically going to connect the wires first, and then we're just going to snap the whole dash assembly in place. So again, we're using the Tessa tape to make our connections nice and tight. Keep in mind guys that if there's too much slack, you can pull it from the other side. So, you know, if it's not going to fit in the bundle, then pull it on the other side. Right. Alright, here's another angle here. We've got our wires in place, we've got our Tessa tape in, and then now we're just going to bundle it and then drop the wood over the wire bundle. Alright, so you can see here that we've wired the wrap. We wired around the windshield, and it comes here. From this view it's alright, it's not too bad, but we've pushed all the wires in there. And then what this does is allows us to have the vents for free, so that we can have air coming into our face. We've cut off the tips there, and we've added some double-sided tape on the bottom, and it's fairly secure. You can see that this type of tape, which I'll link on Amazon below, this type of tape is actually pretty good. My only thing is I would probably just trim out this piece and just put it closer towards this piece right here, and then allow the whole thing to sit down flush. Now also interesting is that we didn't need the GPS, because when you connect it via Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, the GPS is actually transmitted by through the signal. So you don't actually need the hard GPS, which means you could save an installation step if you wanted to. The alternative, if you don't like this installation, is that you can actually run the wire again through here, but you will have something sticking up, and you can basically put a phone clip onto it, and that will allow you to have a way to conceal your cables. Alright guys, so we're going to show you how to connect the Android Auto into the phone, and without using a wire. This is for the Hansshow display. This will complete the setup, otherwise it's not going to be very good. So you're going to click on the settings icon, okay, and then you're going to basically connect a car, and then we're going to use the wireless Android Auto to connect the car. Okay, it's going to ask which one. Alright, so now we've got everything set up here. You can see that everything is nicely working. Alright, so this port right here, alright, so this is my installation here. I still have access to the vents, and you just simply have to cut the tabs off in the back. So that's how I installed it. If you don't do it this way, you have a vent cover that you can use here so that the screen doesn't get hot. Guys, so this is the final Hansshow display. What's really cool about it with the Apple interface is that it's very well done. You can still see the car icon here. You can switch it to the left and right, and you have access to all of your favorite apps using this button. The Android Auto is a little bit different. The Android Auto is basically a lot smaller icons here. But the nice thing is that the Apple CarPlay seems to work great. So even if you are not plugged in, then you can still use it wirelessly. So it's very hassle-free. Alright guys, so I just want to show you a little bit here regarding the settings. And the reason I'm going to show this to you is because sometimes with the Bluetooth, it can affect the Android Auto. So you're going to want to make sure that you pair it properly and allow the auto connect feature. What that means is that instead of having to go and repair it in the app, you'll be able to simply disconnect your Bluetooth, and then once you connect your Bluetooth, the Android Auto is going to kick in, and that's going to help with some of the configuration. So I have been able to successfully use wireless Android Auto without the cable, but I have to do it by utilizing playing with the Bluetooth in my phone, which is a Samsung phone. Okay, here's the camera install. You can see it's nice and clean and it looks beautiful. The only usability thing is that the back button is right there on the right side. It's just kind of awkward. You can of course use the key controls on the steering wheel, and this is the CarPlay feature. So this app right here will sometimes work, sometimes won't work. If it doesn't work, you're going to want to make sure that you use the Bluetooth and just reconnect it, and then it will work.
and make sure your Wi-Fi is on as well too. You're also going to want to go into the settings and make sure that Auto Reconnect is on, as well as Android Auto is selected. Okay, and then the last thing I'll mention is that without the GPS wire, if you don't want to do the installation step, then the baseline navigation may not pick up the satellites. So make sure you're connected to Wi-Fi or a mobile hotspot, and that will provide you with the satellite data. So it makes things a little bit easier here. And then this way you don't have to deal with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and the unit can function as a self-sufficient GPS. You can see here the Android Auto is connected because we had the Wi-Fi on, and we are now seeing the map inside the navigation system. We're seeing the map. Okay, so pretty cool. So that's one trick on how to fix the problem where you have no Android Auto. Okay, so here's how we're going to do the audio. We're going to disconnect it and we're going to reconnect it. And this will allow the Bluetooth to re-trigger, which will also turn the Wi-Fi on and trigger Android Auto. So it's pretty cool, but it's a little tedious. Hopefully they fix that bug. Alright guys, that's my review for the Hansshow Tesla steering wheel screen. I hope you enjoyed this. Put any comments or questions you had in the video below. YouTube will promote this if you have questions, and I will usually answer them. So let me know what you guys think of this product, and if there's any improvements that you can think of. I will see you in the future.